What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and today I thought it'd be fun to actually do an update over my Dragunity deck profile for 2022, since of course now we have brand new support. We finally got basically the last Dragunity I think we've been missing. I don't really know how you pronounce this guy's name, so I'm going to try my best, so forgive my butchering of probably a couple of these names, but Dragunity's always been one of my favorite decks to use. I mean, it is just like in my top 3, if not probably just number 1, because I do say that a lot of times. The deck is just so much fun. I use it on Master Duel a lot too, and I changed it up a lot on there because the meta is different, but for actually like regular Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's looking like now we're seeing face-to-face tournaments and everything, I feel like now we can start doing some more deck profiles on this channel. So I wanted to do something here because it gave me a reason to, and I do plan to also have one for Armed Dragons, and I'm not really sure which one's going to get uploaded first, to be honest, either. So anyway, if you want to see more deck profiles in the future, be sure to hit that like button and share with your friends and everything too. I just normally don't do them because they don't like seem to get the same kind of likes, and like you guys don't seem to enjoy them as much, so let me see what you want to see basically on this channel. So let's go on ahead, start going through the deck, and I'll explain everything as we go. Alright, so starting us off, our brand new monster, which is Dragunity, I believe it's Guisarm is how you pronounce it, but I could be butchering that name, forgive me. Basically, it is a level 3 Phalanx, or something kind of close to it. I don't like how, you know, it's like a once per turn for the whole unequipping thing, and it is nice now that we have an easier time to go for level 7 Synchros, which means, you know, Black Rose, for example. That's what I like about this card. It can go for an easy Black Rose, set you up for it, you get your Winged Beast, because when this card is summoned, then you can Synchro summon with them, and you're all set up. So I think it's nice for that, because it gives us a one-card Black Rose, essentially, that can turn around the game. If things are all going bad for us, we gotta wipe the board, here's your option for that. So I do think it's a good one-up to have for that reason. And again, being able to just have access to level 7s finally in Dragunity is very nice, or at least an easy way to have access to them, I'll put it that way. Then, next up, I am running 2 of Dragunity Legatus. I mean, this is our easy special summon Winged Beast right here, was what we got from Ghost of the Past. And yeah, it's good to have this one, just easy to summon, you get it out there, and Synchro summon with it. So, pretty much that simple. Then, of course, we have our 3 Dragunity Remus. Remus is our searcher for Ravine. We have a few other ways to search for it, but basically that's what Remus does. It's also easy to, you know, revive itself and give you a Dragunity, basically a dragon and a Winged Beast out there to Synchro summon with. It seems like he can help me go even further with my combos, but mainly being able to get that Dragon Ravine, which is always like a huge staple in Dragunities, obviously you want to get that as quickly as possible, is great. So yeah, I love this card. I'm still so happy that we actually got this. Then after that, I really like running 2 of Dragunity Ducks. I see a lot of people going back to just using maybe like one of them instead of in the old days where it was like a must at 3. Yeah, I know we have another, you know, quite a few options these days, but I still really like running Dragunity Ducks because it's just an instant whatever you want, like a Clear Wing, for example, or Crystal Wing, excuse me, not Clear Wing, and it can be basically anything like that, you know, Borload Savage. And it gives you access to so many synchros, and yeah, basically any Winged Beast can do that in this deck, or really any monster in this deck is made to do that, but I feel like Ducks is just so easy to do that with. That old combo is still good. So, I like to have 2 of them. I just feel like just one, it's just not enough. Then I'm also running 2 of Senatus. Like, I'm going with 2 of each of them. I've seen a lot of people go with like 3 Senatus, 1 Ducks. You know, that's the reason I say that. Anyway, Senatus is still really good too. At first, I didn't like this one as much, but as the game's changed and like as we got more support, basically like we finally got that structure deck and everything in the form of Ghost of the Past, this card I think is way better now. Being able to basically get from the deck instead of the graveyard is the same idea as Ducks, but yeah, you're having to do a discard, which isn't a problem for Dragunities, and then also you're getting one from your deck instead of graveyard. So it's the same basic idea, but it helps speed up the deck and get what you need to the field, and that's what we need. So I feel like it's a solid number just having 2 of each of those, honestly. Then also for our rest of our dragons, I am running 2 of Phalanx, and then 2 of Kus. Both of these are, you gotta have them. They're your, you know, your tuner monsters, your Dragunities. Easy to bring out. Kus, of course, can double its level, which I still love that card. I wish somehow we had a dual terminal version of it, you know, or something to kind of match the deck. But yeah, you just equip them, and then you can unequip them, which is so good with like using Barcha. which is such a better synchro now, which we'll get to it later in the extra deck. But one of the best strategies we have is that late game, especially when you have all your dragons like in the graveyard, bring out Barcha, then you're like equipping all those dragons back, and then they can unequip themselves, and then you're just extending your turn even more on that, because then you're able to link summon with these. You have access to the guard dragons, or the one we have left, and you can just bring out so many things because of those. So you gotta have them, plain and simple. I mean, they're always staples. Then also for our Dragunity Armas, I am running one Mistillin. Mistilin's still great. I mean, it and Phalanx, that combo, just summoning Phalanx, get rid of it for Mistillin, re-equip, unequip, synchro summon, boom. It is still good. I mean, that's just a basic combo that is just a staple of the deck. So you gotta have that. And then one of Levitin. Levitin is great. I mean, it seems funny that I'm not actually running Red Eyes Black Metal in this deck, because it is at 3 now. But ever since it got, it's errata, it's not as good as it used to be, and Levitin is kind of our own version of that, I feel like, in a lot of ways. So I choose to go with it, and yeah, you don't mind sending to graveyard, you can just bring him back. It's not a problem at all. So yeah, Levitin is just one of my favorite Dragunities ever. And then also Graham. I am using one of Graham. Graham is stupid powerful. I mean, you just banish a couple of cards for Graham, and there you go. He's even useful in other decks that aren't even Dragunity, just that run dragons. I mean, he is a very powerful card, and in a way, I feel like he's starting to get the light away from, like, Red Eyes Darkness Metal. I feel like I'm seeing him played a lot more in its place. Graham does come in handy, though, and he is annoying for your opponent to deal with. And he's also, too, if your opponent for some reason is using a deck that can keep you from synchro summoning, some of my friends have tried that, Graham is a way you can get a powerful monster out there that obviously you don't have to synchro. You just bring him out. So he's good to have as a backup plan. He's another boss monster. He's like our only boss monster really besides Levitin that's not extra deck. So good to have. Also one of Mist Valley Rock. Remember, you can't use this with, of course, Dragon Ravine. I still think that's dumb. I wish that it would work with it. But you can use it, of course, with Gay Dirge. So yeah, it's great with that. That's how you combo it. Then, of course, Zephyros, so you can redo your Dragon Ravine. Basically use this effect, get Dragon Ravine back to your hand, play it again, you get the effect again. It's an old combo, still checks out. So we have that. Then, of course, Tempest. It's our only Dragon Ruler that we have anymore in Yu-Gi-Oh! And thankfully, it's the one I like the most. It's the one that helps me out, and Tempest is great for this deck. All these Wind Dragons, yeah. Also running one of Garuda. This is a crazy one that it's just really good because it's a free Winged Beast you can special summon. Just banish a monster, not really a problem. Most times go for your Winged Beast, not banish your dragons, obviously. And it's like an easy synchro right there. So it's great, just a one of. And then, of course, 2 of Ash Blossom, because Ash Blossom, yeah, you gotta go with the big forehead girl. Comes in handy, of course. And then also, last but not least, 2 of Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. This one might seem really weird to you because you're like, why? You don't have any pendulums or whatever. I like running Revolution Dragon because you can simply put it in your pendulum zone and it can revive a synchro, one of your synchro dragons. So you get a free Dragunity synchro, basically, from this. That's already in your graveyard. Boom. There you go. It's like a little monster reborn, if you want to think of it like that for those. Now, of course, for our spell cards, obviously, 3 Dragon Ravine. You gotta have those, right? Nothing's changed on that. I wish these would be reprinted as ultimates. But you gotta have your Ravines, plain and simple. I don't think that needs to be explained. Then 2 of Dragunity Glow, because, yeah, that helps us basically search for our Armas. So being able to do that, get them a little quicker is always good. Like I said, you don't really mind discarding, especially Levitin, and, or really Graham, I guess, really either. But, yeah, they just help you get everything. So I like to use them to set up. Then, of course, 2 of Dragunity Divine Lance. Yeah, this just helps you set up even more. Usually you're going with Romulus, which is the Link monster. Bring this, use that to get like a Phalanx or something, one of your dragons. You could unequip, usually synchro summon from there, using some of your other monsters. And then sometimes I'll even bring out Levitin then using like the Romulus and this equip card, because it's usually a pretty good combo on that, or whatever you want to do, really. I mean, you can even just power up a monster to do some extra damage. Either way, it's there to help you get your tuner monsters easier. And then kind of like one-ofs, I guess basically we have Monster Reborn. This card's just good in everything. You gotta have Monster Reborn. I feel like it's dumb not to. Terraforming, because yeah, it's another Ravine. Called by the Grave, Hand Traps suck. Foolish Burial. We don't mind sending our monsters to the grave, obviously. Gold Sarcophagus, because of Tempest. Do that, you get like a free search, basically, from it. So yeah, and you get Tempest later, too, I guess 2 turns later. Also, I am actually running 2 of Triple Talents. This is good because hand traps these days and everything too. It's kind of a good way that we can deal with those as Dragunity players. So yeah, it's just kind of a middle finger, I feel like, whenever you see those hand traps. So yeah, again, deal with the big forehead girl. And then also we have our Harpy's Feather Duster. I feel like every deck needs to run this now too. It's a staple, 100% staple, because with skill drain and everything at 3 and Eldritch, I mean, it's no better way to crush an Eldritch player's heart than by using that Harpy's Feather Duster. When they play their whole hand and place it face down, all right, go on ahead, do it. You'll pay for it, and I love doing that. I mean, that's just fun. Maybe I'm a monster. I don't know. Now, of course, for the extra deck. Extra deck's pretty straightforward, really. We have one of Ascalon. I mean, that is your other main boss monster. You go for him most of the time. I mean, he's usually one I rush for, so I can get Barcha out later on. Then Abred Behair, I think that's another one I always have a hard time saying correctly. I know it's like based off weapons. Doesn't mean I can, even though they're my favorite, doesn't mean I can pronounce them correctly. I'll admit it. Anyway, love this one too. These are, you know, 2 of your bigger synchros that you go for and do some big damage. Again, though, I'm just a huge fan of Ascalon in most cases. Then, of course, Warlord Savage Dragon. Again, with ducks and everything, he's so easy to bring out. We have Link monsters now, too, that, I guess we have them for a while, but still, you have so many ways that this card just becomes stupid, and it's so easy to bring out just like your first turn. So, I go for him a lot, or I go for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. You start off with one of those, your opponent hates you already. I mean, you combo with those, you can slow down a lot of different things they could do, or just stop them. So, I love those two. Those are usually my go-tos, like, first turn if I can go for it, which shouldn't be a problem. Then also Dragunity Barcha. Yeah, this is still an awesome card. I love how this one's come back. I'm not running Trident, by the way, either. I know now we have an option to go for Trident. I feel like he could be a side deck card. I don't do side deck for deck profiles because I feel like they change a lot. But, yeah, I mean, if you want to run one of those, you could. Barcha, though, you need. So, yeah, go for that. And I have my Dual Terminal one. Had that way before they were so pricey. I had it when no one wanted them. Then, of course, 2 of Dragunity Gay Durg. Yeah, this is still one of your go-tos. I mean, obviously, you get Baby Rock with it, send it away, and you get more stuff out there to play with, the summon, and fill up your field. So, it's crazy. You have to actually plan out how you're going to lay out your field, because with this card, man, he's a Dragon Ravine as a monster, and if you don't place things where they should go, it can get kind of confusing and crazy. So, be sure on that. And also, this one kind of pains me, actually. I'm running 1 of Vatriana. This was the 3 of for the longest time. It's like with Ducks and Phalanx, you know, that was the combo. Still really good, but Gay Durg is just kind of the better one now. It's weird how that's kind of flipped. It took me a while because I was like, I still love Vatriana, you know, being able to bring it out so easily. But yeah, I still think 1 is actually the best number. I wish we had a bigger extra deck, then I would run more. But yeah, you work with what room you have. It's like with heroes, you know? Then, of course, this is one I probably could put Vatriana in its place, I'll admit it, but I had an excuse to run it. I am actually running this Dragunity Knight. This one I'm not sure how you pronounce. It's like Gormfalhair? I don't know. That's probably about as good as you're getting from me. I'm sorry. It is a good level 7 Dragunity. It equips one of your Dragunities to it as well. I like it because you can banish stuff, so you can actually mess up your opponent's plays. And, I mean, it's a pretty powerful Dragunity. Also, getting back one of your, you know, tuner monsters and then going even further into a combo is really good too. But yeah, I like to have the option for this one basically, but it is kind of one of those where I feel like it's a little gimmicky, so you could replace it for a Trident or a Vatriana if you feel like you needed something. But I like this one, and it's the grown up version of our new one. Also Black Rose, because like I said earlier, you know, 2 of our Dragunity Romulus. I mean, yeah, it's awesome. You gotta have this boy. Then 1 of Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. Anything with dragons, that's you gotta. Let's see, Guard Dragon Pisty as well. That's our only Guard Dragon we have left, really. And then I like to go with a Striker Dragon with it too. So you can combo with that, get their zones, and then, yeah, you actually use Pisty's effect. So that's why Striker Dragon is actually there. And it's not tough to bring out too with the tuner monsters. And yeah, there you go. That is my Dragunity deck profile. So of course, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Yeah, just again, one of my favorite decks to use. I love it. Master Duel, regular duels, everything. I love using this deck. I have ever since it was first released. And yeah, just one of my favorites. So I definitely recommend trying it out for yourself if you haven't already. I mean, you've had plenty of time, but hey, if you haven't, check it out. As always, thank you guys for watching. A like and subscribe. Again, let me know if you want to see more deck profiles because again, I'm still doing them, but you never know how they're going to do. It always makes me nervous. I'm honest. You know, if I'm really honest on it, because I am more of a casual player. So I hope you guys enjoy them, and just let me know down in those comments and stuff too. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there too. The world's crazy. And of course I will catch you guys later. See ya.